My Chiefs have just lost 65 in the Super Rugby Final. We have just lost the fourth final in a row. And what was crazy is that when that graphic came on the screen of the worst losses in Super Rugby finals, of all four records, the Chiefs were involved in all of them. And it was just one that was us beating the Sharks. Crusaders beat us. Hurricanes have just broken their records. But yeah, we lost to the best side in Super Rugby. I think I've said it so many times this season. Um, they were the best team in rugby in Super Rugby, and I would argue they are probably up there with one of the best Super Rugby teams of all time, because the way the combination of power and just knowing when to strike. Both their wingers have now the previous record was 16 tries. Both their wingers got 17, and they both got the 17th in the final. Actually, Moby scored two to get 17, which was he got a first one to tie the record and then another one to break the record. But Fininianov had already broken it. It's only right that they actually share that record. But this team, man, just the combination of power, pace, knowing when to strike, calm Roygard at 9, and I totally understand the conditions were not great for us in the first half. And I really thought we were going to kick it on in the second half. And the reason why I can't even use that as an excuse is because the Hurricanes scored more points in the second half when they're playing against the wind. Yes, they had played well in the first half and only needed to control the game at 29-0 up going into the second half. But they were the first ones to score in the second half. They scored again. They scored again. We constantly made mistakes. We constantly just lost the ball. Stupid turnovers, breakdown. Damian McKenzie in that first half, man. You know, when the conditions are tough, like you always do things to try and see how you can adapt. So, for example, the wind was so strong, right? So you always just you kick long, you kick short, and you just judge the weather, and you're like, okay, now I know where I need to kick it, right? Um, and we didn't have any. They scored 4 tries in the first half, and they kicked off. So we had 4 kickoffs. None of them were good for us. Two of them went all the way to the goal line, the try area, which means there are midfield scrums. But our scrums were not bad. They were okay. The only thing was what's his name? Cortez Ratima. Whenever he put the ball in, it was never getting hooked. Well, twice. It happened twice. Yeah, DMAC. Bro, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, there was just those moments, and it took time for him to kind of know what he needs to do. But even then, he still made the mistake at the end of the first half, and then that led to the penalty, which led to the kick at goal that made it 29-0. So we just made a lot of mistakes as a team. And in such conditions, your playmakers are your most important people because they have to control the game. They have to put the team in the right areas. We had literally no territory in the first half, apart from one attempt where we were about to score, but we were already 3 tries down. I think that was the only visit to the 22 in the first half, and then they turned it over. No, they held it up in the try area. So yeah, and that was it. We didn't get a sniff again. The next sniff we got was sometime in the second half. We knocked on the line. Oh no, they turned it over again on the line, and then the try that we scored. But the Hurricanes were just so good, man. They were just so good. Sami Penny now for us was our best player. He was he had line breaks. He had he was really trying to impact the game early on. Um, we really have a big problem at 13. We do. Because what the Hurricanes were doing is they just hit one, two, three. Then when the ball goes out, it's that Anders ball was always catching us off guard. And I'm wondering, why are they always having an overlap on that wing? But that's because at 13, shout out to Brown, by the way. I know that position has had injury issues for us all season. But what happened is now as you're passing as whenever the ball is going to their winger or their center, their 13, what's his face? Why am I forgetting his name? Billy Proctor. He already has two people on the outside. There's like an overlap. And I'm like, how is this happening? But that's because our 13 has to, it's like we're all bunching in. You see, if you have a great 13 center, you as a team, you can let him be one-on-one against anyone and he'll beat them. Like, Conrad Smith was so good at that, where just leave him. If it's one-on-one, he'll figure it out. Because the thing about playing 13 is normally your winger has just dropped a bit. So when you're at 13, you're always trying to defend anyone who's trying to, like any switch, especially if you're not playing in a drift defense. And you have to cover the space because you are like the last man sort of. Yes, the winger is next to you, but he's always behind you. So you literally have to always cover that space. So that has been a problem area for us. And then obviously the power of the Hurricanes. This was the worst matchup for our boy. What's our boy called? The guy who was playing 11. Why am I forgetting him? Okay, from Wana Pacifica. I'm even forgetting our own players. We've been thumped so hard, I'm forgetting our own players. Guys, this is actually embarrassing. That's crazy, bro. 65, 29-0 at halftime. That's madness. Like, I'm hurting. I'm actually hurting. I'm really hurting. Taume Folao. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Hurricanes. You guys have been the best. Ruben Love. Oh my gosh. I need to give a big shout out to Ruben Love. I said it in, I think just before this 2 rounds to go in the Super Rugby. I was like, Ruben Love has now to be considered as an All Black. Peter Lakai. How I didn't even know you were that quick. I know you were quick, but not. Just they had performances all over. Obviously, Moby. Obviously, Finingianofo. Asafo Aumua. Duplessis Kirifi. Just across the board, all season. Duns, who has won all lineouts all season. Like, he's just been so good. Yeah. Best team in the best team in rugby one. I don't know what to say anymore. Shout out to my Chiefs, man. Winning. I'm sorry, getting to 4 finals is not easy, but getting thumped on the 4th one is even worse. You know, you'd expect like the performances to be like getting better and getting closer, but yeah, getting thumped on the 4th is not great. And the 2nd one against the Blues. But anyway, that's rugby, that's life. Congrats to the Hurricanes. Let's see, man. Life sucks, man. Life sucks.